Hey everyone, Tim Schofield here, and it's time to unbox and take a look at, and please correct me if I'm wrong, the Xiaomi Mi 6. And I do have to give a big shout out and thanks to GearBest.com for sending this guy over. I will link to their website and this product down below. And taking a look at their website, it's worth noting that even the highest model, the most expensive model, is still under $575. So just kind of keep that in mind because this guy has 6 gigs of RAM, 128 gigs of internal storage, a Snapdragon 835, and a couple other promising specs as well. So let's go ahead and open this guy up, see what's in the box, and take a quick look at it. All right, let's go ahead and get started. So as you can see, 6 gigs of RAM and 120 gigabytes of storage. Opening it on up. You do have the phone right away, and you'll see it does have some stickers on it. We can go ahead and pop those off, and then flip it on over and peel this off as well. I'm noticing that it has a little bit of weight to it and also some nice round edges on the back, which should make it fairly comfortable to hold in your hand. Now, anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and press the power button on this guy, press and hold it, turn it on, and while it boots up over on the right side here, let's check out what else is in the box real quick. So it looks like you have a screen protector, which we could pop on the device in just a second. A little bit see-through as well, fairly flimsy. Here is a booklet and what looks like a USB Type-C connector, along with an AC adapter as well. Now, I believe that's everything. No, I'm wrong actually. Inside where the USB Type-C cable is a USB Type-C to 3.5 millimeter headphone jack, because there is no headphone jack on this device. So that's everything. SIM ejector, AC adapter, Type A to Type C, and an adapter for your headphone jack. Now let's go ahead and grab our device and snap that case on. And you'll see here, covers the corners just fine. A pretty plain case. Has cutouts for the speaker, charging slot as well. Cut out for the top of your, looks like an IR blaster along with a microphone, and they actually cover the volume rockers and the power button on the right side. And finally, here's a quick close-up of the cutout around that camera. So now let's take a closer look at the phone, and right away it looks like it didn't run through any setup process. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and jump into settings, additional, backup and reset, and do a quick factory reset. So I'm going to reset the phone real quick. It's going to erase everything just fine, but now I can run through the startup real quick, talk about anything out of the ordinary. So anyways, here's a look at that back. Very cool looking device actually, and I do like the feel of the rounded back along with that flat front. Gives it a very comfortable feel in your hand. Quick look at the bottom. Looks like it has a speaker. I don't know if these are 2 speaker grills. I don't believe so. I think one of them is a speaker grill, and I think the earpiece is also couples as a speaker grill. I'll do a quick test once this boots up. Anyways, USB Type-C slot. On the left side, you do have your dual SIM card slot. Up at the top here, like I mentioned earlier, it looks like an IR blaster, which is good to see. Microphone on the right side here. You have your volume rockers along with a power button, which are the same exact texture, but they do feel very premium when you press them actually. So that's always nice to see. It's a very premium feeling phone in your hand. And then on the back, Me, and then a dual camera as well with that LED flash. Finally, on the front, you do have a fingerprint scanner, which I believe couples as a home button, along with some capacitive buttons on the right and left to see those tiny LEDs that turn on with the display. And then up at the top, that earpiece, which I believe couples as a speaker, sensors, and a front-facing camera. So now that the device is fully reset, we are on the startup screen. You'll see MIUI 8, which is the skin that they use over the Android operating system. So I'm going to run through the startup and only talk about anything that is out of the ordinary. All right, so to start, let's go ahead and set up my fingerprint. So I'm going to hold it like I'd normally hold my phone, lift up my finger. It is vibrating, and you'll see added very quickly, added successfully, done. You can add more, of course, later on. Here's some additional settings: send diagnostics, wallpaper carousel, user experience, a couple others. Another very interesting option is that you get an option to choose a theme right away within the setup. That's kind of cool, actually. I like that addition. And of course, you can go ahead and change it after you set up, go through the setup process. I'm going to leave it on default for now. More coming in the full review in terms of talking about the theme engine on the Mi 6. All right, so we are all set up and ready to go. Swipe up, test the fingerprint scanner. Works just fine. We can actually go ahead and do that again with the screen off. Unlocks it right away. You see, that's very quick, very accurate. More on that in the full review. But anyways, now that we've loaded this up, as usual, I'm going to jump into settings, about phone, and you'll see internal storage, 117 gigabytes available out of the 128 gigs. And that's without installing anything, signing into any accounts. Of course, you'll see that 6 gigabytes of RAM as well, and Android version 7.1.1. So it is on the latest version of Android Nougat. Now, of course, as I mentioned, it does have that MIUI 8. So a different skin. You'll see even the home launcher does not have an app drawer. Of course, at running Android, you can customize that if you'd like to. Now, swiping down, you'll see a bit of a different look to the pull-down bar. And of course, only 4 shortcuts right here. Looks like swiping down twice doesn't do anything, but if you swipe down from those specific icons, you can expand them or contract them, or press this little icon right here to expand it as well, or jump quickly into settings. Now, it looks like you can actually get weather info, so let's go ahead and allow location access, and it should find Chicago, and then I believe you can have weather information right up here. It says Cook County, which is where Chicago is, and you'll see 21 degrees Celsius, clear, Friday, June 2nd. So next up, let's go ahead and load up the camera app for the first time. I'm going to deny location access for now, and let's go ahead and snap a couple quick pictures. See, very little shutter lag. Seems very quick as well. So here you go. And of course it is dual 13 megapixel cameras on the back. I'm sorry, 12 megapixel cameras on the back. So dual 12 megapixel cameras. It looks like there's a 1x button and a 2x button. So it does have that optical zoom option as well to quickly zoom in. Of course you can pinch in to zoom as well. In terms of that camera app, looks like there's an HDR mode you can turn on and off. In the upper left-hand corner, you can have a portrait mode to blur the background of your shot real quick. Auto flash, some filters. You have different modes as well. So you have beautify, square, straighten, manual mode. Let's go ahead and load that up. So that's always nice. Exposure, focus, white balance, ISO, and lens. So it does have a nice manual mode, group shot, and HHT, which I believe is a night mode as well. And then when you jump into modes, in one of the corners you have a settings button, which you can get to some more camera settings as well. So if you'd like to add some grid lines, scan QR codes, burst shot, a bunch of different ones, face detection. So there's some other extra settings within the camera app. So now, of course, that fingerprint scanner does act as a home button as well. You press and hold, it gets your Google Now or Google Assistant as well. Recent apps looks a little bit different. If you would like to quickly swap between some apps, you can just press that recent apps button, which is a capacitive button, and tap on it as well. Of course, left and right, and you can swipe up to close out of any specific app. And then just some final thoughts. You do have a 5.15-inch 1080p IPS LCD display on this device, coupled with a 3,350 milliamp hour embedded battery. So with that Snapdragon 835 processor, I expect battery life to be fantastic on this device. And then of course with that MIUI skin, you do have a bunch of different customization options. You have second space, you have dual apps as well, and then of course additional settings, quick ball, screenshot, notification light, a bunch of different ones. I'll cover more in my full review as well. So excited to try this guy out. Probably will install a third-party launcher just because I prefer to have an app drawer personally. And that's pretty much it. That'd be the Mi 6 unboxing, first impressions as well. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, click that thumbs up, click that subscribe button so you're notified when I upload the full review. And as always, guys, thank you very much for watching.